you were given a packet. In the packet, it has palm cards, okay?
Yeah.
There are 50 palm cards. We want you to look at these palm cards and distribute them, okay? Let people know what's happening in October. Okay. Also, there's a calendar of events that's in your packet. Everybody has it? This includes the reach out events, not only in New York, but all over the United States. Then there's 5 copies of Carl Dix's statement in Charleston. It's very informative. Then there's 5 copies of our Rise in October, okay?
Yep.
To stop what? Police terror, right? Everybody, what we're stopping? Police terror.
Stop it.
Okay, then there's a registration form. I would like each one of you to fill this out. And if you're part of an organization or if you want to, feel free to endorse us. You can put that down here also. So take the time to fill all the registration form out before you leave, okay? And they're going to be collected.
Thank you. Okay, we have some of the initiators of the call for October 24th who are here, who want to tell you why they are initiating this call. We are going to begin with some parents and other relatives of police murder victims. People whose lives were devastated by killer cops, but who withstood that devastation and have come forward as fighters for justice, not only for their murdered loved ones, but for all those who suffer at the hands of the police. Juanita Young, mother of Malcolm Ferguson, is going to come up. Along with her will be Nicholas Heyward Sr., the father of Nicholas Heyward Jr., who was also murdered by the NYPD. Y'all can come up. And also Joshua, relative of John Collado, who was also murdered by the NYPD.
Speak out.
Speak louder, Nicholas.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
There's probably use hearing aids that guy, they use hearing aids, so I gotta speak it on this so I can actually hear myself too. Okay, anyway, I'm honored to be here in support of October 24th, and we know, I'm quite sure some of y'all, or most of y'all know about the National Day of Protest, October 22nd.
Yeah.
I have been a part of that since my son was murdered 20 years ago. there hasn't been too much of any kind of changes that have been brought forth inside this system. This system, which most of us or all of us should know by now, is a white supremacist system. And it's a racist system that is governing over us. There hasn't been any justice in a single case in the last 20 years that I know of since fighting for my son. My son was only a 13-year-old high student playing with a little toy pop gun. Very colorful, didn't look nothing close to the real one. But yeah, I still have to fight daily. I mean, I already spoke out to reached out to the elected officials, and it's like it falls on deaf ears. And this is, what we have to go through on a regular basis. So October 24th is a very, very important day for me, and it should be for you also. Yeah. I felt that it was time long ago that we should have all risen up, to let the authorities know, or those who are supposed to be in charge, to let them know that we are not going to tolerate this type of nonsense any longer. Killing of innocent, unarmed people. I just want to say to you all, reach out to other people, let them know they all need to get involved. This is some serious stuff. Because like I said, in the last 20 years, I have not seen a single innocent life that was, got any type of justice. And I mean, for the parents to have to come out here, begging and pleading with these people, I know that I have evidence in my case to convict this cop, but yet it goes nowhere. It still goes nowhere, regardless of how much evidence or whatever we have against these officers. They still get off with clear of nothing, and they still patrolling our streets. Right now, they're getting ready to put over 1,300 more police in New York City. What happens to the, since my son was killed, there's been over 300 police who have shot innocent people. What's going to happen to them? They okay? They all right now. What's going to happen with them? Absolutely nothing. But yet we still have to come out and beg and plead and protest and rally. Enough of that. Come on, we are all in this together, and we need to fight together and stand together. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. When I heard about this October 24th, I was like, what? Well, what? What are y'all talking about? October 24th? Wait, hold up. 15 years I've been marching with October 22nd. How dare you leave October 22nd? I'm like, you know what? They had that meeting here in May. Cornel came at me, boy. Not a problem. Then I get a call from Juanita, I gotta talk to you. Okay, it was clear up. October 22nd and 23rd and the 24th, we're going to represent these 273 people that have been They can't speak for themselves. My son, Malcolm Ferguson, is one of those 273 people on this list. So, as his mother, there's no way I'm not going to stand up for the other 272 people. Because all of these are young, innocent lives that were taken for no reason. But yet and still, what are they saying to us? Oh, go ahead with your life, forget about it. What? Yeah. You know how I can live every day with myself? Because I hear and I talk to you. I could go to sleep at night and rest. Because it ain't like I'm just laying down and letting it be nothing. I come out and I say, come help us. Stand with the families that have to go through this pain on a regular basis. Come stand with the families that have to not see their son walk through that door. Take away the life of my 23-year-old son who never had a chance to have a son or a daughter. My son who never got to enjoy his life because some trigger-happy cop Louis Rivera decided my son's life wasn't worth nothing. Well, honey, you got a problem, because I'm his mother, and I'm going to tell you it was. And I stand. Ferguson said, Miss, you from New York. Why hasn't New York done anything about all the murders and cop killings in New York? I said, let me tell you something. I only can speak for me. I can't speak for the next person, but I come and stand here with you because I don't agree with what's going on. And now, New York is stepping up. Hey, I was with New York, and I'm with Carl and Cornell. And excuse me, Cornell. On July 11th, I asked you, we're doing a tribunal in the Malcolm X Shabbat Center on July 11th to get testimony from people across the different states. And I remember asking you to be one of my panelists.
No, but I'm going to be with my mama, though.
Anyway, Cornell. Anyway, but I'm not going to Ferguson, New York. Is going to represent Michael Brown here. So we plan to do an action here and letting people know Michael Brown is here in New York too. Yep. And I ask everybody to come and support the action that we decide to do at the Harlem State Building in memory of the 1-year anniversary for Michael Brown. Yeah. But again, October 24th, I don't care, 22nd, 23rd, let's bring the people out in numbers. Let's show the mayor and Pat Lynch. We don't care what he says. The heck with that commissioner. Let's do what we the people know we can do. Outnumber these cops. Yeah. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Joshua Lopez, and I'm the nephew of John Collado, who was killed in 2011 by an undercover officer who never identified himself. And I'm here to support October 24th and October 22nd and 23rd because I'm tired of new faces being added to this banner. It bothers me every time I hear another story about an innocent black Latino losing their lives in the hands of people that are here supposedly to protect us and are taking our lives. And I'm here to support October, and I stand with Carl Dix and Cornel West and everybody in here. Yeah.
Okay, our next initiator who's going to speak is Nkosi from Union Theological. Yeah. Come up now.
Good evening, friends.
Hey, what's up?
We give Mrs. Young, Mr. Heyward, and Joshua another round of applause. And can we just, for 5 seconds, just have a moment of silence for Mrs. Young's son, Mr. Heyward's son, and Joshua's uncle. Thank you. I was just hearing them speak. I was just moved to ask that. So thank you very much. God bless you all. It's great to see everybody here tonight. It's a packed house. This is awesome. Carl asked me to address this question of why I'm doing this. So here's why I'm doing this. We need to be very clear. Unjust police terror against people of color has always been a part of the very fabric of this nation. Yeah. It's always been.
That's right.
Now check this out. Here's an example. In 1903, Bois published his classic text, The Souls of Black Folks. And in the book, he has a chapter entitled, On the Sons of Master and Man, where he looks at the actual relations of blacks and whites in the South at that time. He examines their physical proximity, their economic relations, their social interactions, etc. Now, at one point in the chapter, he explores the question of black crime in the years following emancipation. So in 1903, he writes this, and I want to read it. He says, "The police system of the South was originally designed to keep track of all Negroes, not simply criminals. And when the Negroes were freed and the whole South was convinced of the impossibility of free Negro labor, the first and almost universal device was to use the courts as a means of re-enslaving the blacks."
Yeah.
He goes on, "It was not then a question of crime, but rather one of color that settled a man's conviction on almost any charge. Thus Negroes came to look upon the courts as instruments of injustice and oppression, and upon those convicted in them as martyrs and victims." This is 1903 that Du Bois is writing this. And so let me just kind of highlight some things that jump out to me from that passage. One, we see him talking about the criminalization of a race of people. We see him talking about, two, an inherently racist and unjust justice system. And thirdly, we see him highlighting an economic system that cannot provide for the masses of people. Does this sound familiar? And so unjust police terror targeted against black and brown people is nothing new. It has always been a tool of oppression. It has always been used to preserve the social hierarchy through racial caste, slavery, Jim Crow segregation, mass incarceration. It has always guarded the material interest of the propertied class. And so we see here police terror levied against poor people across racial lines. And unjust police terror has always been just that. A public manifestation of violence intended to frighten, control, maim, kill, and send a message that any form of fight back will not be tolerated. Accept your subjugation or else. And so here's why I'm doing this, Mr. Dix. I'm doing this because I'm aware of that if freedom fighters who came before me did not refuse to give in to terror, then I wouldn't be here. Quite frankly, I'd be in chains. If freedom fighters who came before me did not engage in the fight back, then buses would still be segregated. Women would be relegated to the home. LGBT folks would be cast to the shadows. But thank God people decided to fight back and pursue freedom. And so the question before each and every one of us in our time, in this moment, is what are we going to do to fight back against racism, against war, against climate change, against mass deportation, against transphobia, against Islamophobia, against patriarchy. The list goes on and on and on. What are we going to do in our time, in this moment? And so for me, I view the actions in October as a concerted effort of all freedom-loving people concerned with justice, concerned with liberation, and concerned with revolution from these systems of oppression that seek to keep us down, to come out united with purpose and with a militant love to say, please repeat after me, down with unjust police terror.
Down with unjust police terror.
Down with white supremacy.
Down with white supremacy.